My guest, Wall Street Journal editorial board member Kim Strassel, and Democratic strategist and co-host of The Five, Jessica Tarlov. Thank you both for being here. Happy New Year to you both.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Kim, let me start with you. So we are facing this most unusual situation as far as the US economy has been concerned for the last 30 years. Continuing high inflation. It's come down off its highs, it's true, but it's still high. With the Fed having raised interest rates and markets expecting a recession. What do you think's how is that going to play out, Kim, in 2023 in your view?
Well, you were just talking about how markets are expecting the Fed to wind this back down and begin reducing interest rates again. I think that they're making a bad bet there, Jerry, because, look, we are still seeing very high inflation rates. We had all the press saying, oh, look, it ticked down in November. Barely. The Fed wants it to be at a 2% benchmark. We're still up above 6%. Even Fed officials suggest this is going to be a long time in trying to get this under control. And so if we head into a recession, the answer is not necessarily, the magic sauce is not going to be the Fed riding back in again. We may just have to weather out that recession because of the situation we've managed to dig ourselves into so far.
Jessica Tarlov, often in these circumstances like this, when you do want to the Fed has to keep its foot on the brake to keep inflationary pressures down, you can expect maybe an assist from the fiscal side, from the administration, from Congress, with tax cuts and pro-growth policies to balance what the Fed is doing. We've got a divided Congress. Right. What are the prospects that anything will get done in 2023 to help the economy from the Congress?
I think very slim. President Biden has been exceptionally dug in on the fact that his spending policies have not hurt the economy and that it will be net-net, at least in the long term, a boon for the United States economy. We will see if that bears out. But when you have the likes of Larry Summers, who did get behind Joe Manchin's skinny bill, right, which ended up actually adding to inflation, but not at the levels that obviously the full shebang, the Bernie Sanders version, would have done, has been cautioning the government and just saying there's a way to do this responsibly. And I think now that you have divided government, you're going to see egos get even bigger about this. The Republicans, Kevin McCarthy, if he ends up being speaker, is going to want to flex as much as possible. I don't know what his caucus is going to look like. That's a problem for him. He has very slim margins to work with. But I think that anything that comes out of a Democratic-controlled Senate, which is feeling very emboldened after a super successful midterms, is just going to die in Congress.
And Kim, what do you think? I mean, do you think there's any prospects of Congress doing anything in 2023? Again, we've got a divided Congress, and of course we've got a Democratic White House. I mean, it doesn't look very promising, as Jessica says, does it?
No. I mean, now, look, on the upside, you could hope that this Congress would take the approach of do no harm, meaning what's been harming the economy, all of this massive spending. So if you could rely on the Republican House to serve as a brake to any more dollars going into the economy, that would be a start. But here's my fear, Jerry, is that the Biden administration has been very clever. It's worked out that the way that they get bipartisanship in Washington is to dangle a bunch of money in front of Republicans. And that's how you ended up with an infrastructure bill. It's how you ended up with this CHIPS bill, the veterans bill that we had. I can see them trying that same strategy again in the next year. And I am not convinced that the Republicans have the backbone to actually stop that from happening.
Certainly not much evidence of that at the moment.